Hi, I'm Jason from Dash Media, and in this video we'll be covering editing and formatting of content within rich text areas of MODX. So as you can see, I'm already logged in editing my About page. And if we just scroll down here, we've got a rich text area. So the first thing you'll probably notice is how each section of the content is separated by these different colors. This is just a nice little touch from MODX to let you know that this piece of content is separate from this piece of content. We can see that this is a heading and this is a paragraph, but when you have two paragraphs next to each other, it can be a little bit difficult to tell them apart. So let's start with formatting. So this is a heading, and as you can see, we've written here heading start at level 3. So what does that mean? This second tab here is for all of our formatting options. So I can change this block to be normal text if I want to, or change it back to a heading of level 3. Or I can make it heading 4 or 2, but we've been told that this should be start at level 3, so we'll leave that at level 3. So that's our first heading. Any other headings that come beneath that heading need to be a heading 4, or if it's a heading on the same level, we can go back to heading 3. Now these are paragraphs. We can see normal text, or I could change that to be a quote if I wanted to. You'll notice that changing these changes the entire block that I'm within, not just the section that's been highlighted. So if I highlight this section and choose quote, the entire thing's going to change. That's because these work on a block level. These formatting options, however, work inline. So what that means is I can select a bunch of text and then choose one of them, and only that text has changed. And I can change it back by just pressing it again. And so we have bold, italic, and strike through. You can use any combination of these you want on any text. And you can have one section that's bold and then a section within that that has different formatting options. Now, this menu here is specifically dealing with lists. This can be a little bit tricky to get your head around at first when you're working with them. So here we've got an unordered list. Pressing enter or return will just instantly put in another one. But sometimes you'll want to indent this. So let's say I want a list to be a sub list of another list item. So if we've got this list here, that's what these buttons are for. So I've got indent, which pulls it in. And so now any new items I add will go directly under that list item. But when we're done with that, and I want this list item to be back on the top level, I can press this button, which is called outdent. And outdent will also exit from a list. Now, if you finished adding list items and you want to add something after this list, hitting return once will enter a new item, and hitting it twice will bring us back out of that list altogether. Now, our other type of list is an ordered list or a numbered list. To start one of these, I'm just going to exit the list, and we're going to click numbered list. And this works exactly the same as the unordered list. So if I want this to be a sub list of the first item, I can just click indent, and we'll see the numbering starts again. And then as I come back out, we're back up to the first level. This block of buttons here is specifically for embedding content, such as images and videos and files. We'll cover that in a later video. So the last two things we're talking about here are alignment, which is basically just saying which direction you want the text to run in. So by default, all our text is aligned text to the left, which is like this. And this works on a block level as well. So you can't just select a section and have that run differently to the entire block. One whole block has to go in that direction. But we can center that, or we can align text to the right, or justify. But we'll just go back to the line to the left. And the first button here, which I didn't cover, basically is labeled HTML, but this just toggles between the visual editor mode and the code editor mode. So you can see this is a bit hard to look at and make sense of, but if you've got a background in HTML, sometimes it can help just to debug anything that's going wrong. But if you accidentally hit this button, there's nothing to worry about, you haven't broken anything. We can just click the button again and we go back to Visual Editor. For more training videos, visit dashmedia.com.au.